prudent. Your second question is about the funds collected by participation banks. The structure, the mechanism is same as the practice in Malaysia. There are current accounts and there are unrestricted investment accounts. For unrestricted investment account, we call participation account, which depends on mudaraba with the depositor and the bank, and the current account, which depends on vidya. The titles of accounts are specified in banking law to clarify these characteristics from the conventional time deposits. For current accounts, maybe in conventional current account and Islamic current account, maybe there are no so big differences, but for the time deposit in conventional, totally different, and it is defined in banking law, and for participation banks, it is called participation account.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Any, please. Yeah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Prof. My question, I have two questions. Number one, is it possible for your bank to perform the mudarabah and musyarakah scheme in Islamic finance? Why I ask this question? Because I read in the Majli Kitab, Kitabul al-Majli. Kitabul Majli is the Kitabul law during the Ottoman Empire. They mentioned that the Caliphate encouraged people to do mudarabah financing. So the Sultan encouraged the mudarabah and sirkah to support the new entrepreneur, to support to encourage the new entrepreneur to absorb the unemployment. My question is it is to alleviate the poorness and justice, also to absorb unemployment is your vision of the bank? The second question.
Function of the bank?
Yes, your participation bank is put the vision.
Vision.
Vision to absorb the poorness.
Absorb what?
Alleviate the poorness. Alleviate the poor. Poverty. Yes.
Alleviating the poverty.
Number two, to make sure gap in justice.
All right. Okay. The first question is on why the mudarabah and musyarakah is component is small. Is that what you asked?
Yeah.
The first question.
Yeah. Is it possible to perform? Yeah. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you. The problems are global for Islamic finance also. All in the world where Islamic banking is practiced, we ask, why do you make 90% murabaha but not mudaraba or musharaka? Here, in Islamic world, unfortunately, culture of partnership is not established yet. When the Islamic banks allocate some amount to a partnership as mudaraba or musharaka, cannot control, and usually there is a mismanagement. Here, we need not to invent American continent again. There are governance rules which are developed. Also in our country, we should develop governance principles, accountability, transparency. If the Muslim managers, Muslim entrepreneurs, Muslim rich people, or who wishes to be rich, also becomes accountable, transparent, and why not Musharaka and Mudaraba works. But unfortunately, accountability and transparency is very weak. Here, maybe the solution is not in the banking. Solution is to develop capital markets. Some Islamically working, abiding with governance principles, listed companies. And you as saver can invest in that listed company yourself, and you get your dividend. But of course here, the companies, the listed companies, should be run abiding with governance principles. For poverty, of course, the development of Islamic banking in the beginning, in 1970s, were like some foundations or some associations, but later it turned to a business. Now all the Islamic banks around the world are business entities. When you talk about a business entity, the purpose is to make money. Of course, the Islamic bank, when makes money, will pay zakat, will make some hire. In some, I don't know about Malaysia, in some countries, especially in the past, there was a condition to withhold some amount of return as zakat fund from saver. Maybe in Turkey there is nothing like that. In Malaysia is there. For example, if I deposit my money to an Islamic bank, while I get my return, do they withhold zakat for it? No. Okay. In the beginning, maybe in the literature, there was something like that. The Islamic bank should withhold zakat something. Now, especially in Turkey, Islamic bank or participation bank is a business entity. That's all. But for alleviating the poverty, there is microfinance. Also, there are some
other forms, yeah?
efforts in Turkey to develop microfinance, but it is another matter.
I remember in Malaysia, there was one banker, he said, banking is only for rich people. So, any other, this thing, thank you, Prof, for your answers. Any other questions from our sisters, please? Hold on, now we give a chance to our sisters. You have to be fair, bro. All right, so no, please come here. The one at the back, sorry, yeah, because he put up his hand first. Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salam.
In Malaysia, the Islamic banks, in the way to be competitive with the conventional banks, they are giving some rates for the investment accounts based on Mudaraba, like based on their previous performance, like maybe 8% or 7% per annum. This, they are giving like some rates that we may be, yeah, this is not something must, but they are giving that we maybe pay around 8% or 7% based on their previous performance in the way to be competitive with the conventional banks. And for this reason, they are keeping two kind of reserves, which is the investment risk reserve and the profit equalization reserves. Is this, this kind of practice is normal in Turkey or not?
Prof, you may
Good question, yes. We have said that when you bring your money to a participation bank, you make a Mudaraba contract. That means you do not expect your money fully back, and you do not expect any predetermined rate. You should incur sometimes loss. But in reality, loss not happens because there is profit equalization fund. You mentioned that fund, isn't it? Yes, also in Turkey there is, all the funds collected are put in a pool, and every period some part of the profit is reserved in profit equalization fund. That is same also in Turkey.
Okay, so I guess that answers the question. Let's give the last question. And after that, if you have any question, we can always ask the Prof, okay, while they were having tea. So last question, please.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam.
Thank you for your opportunity. I have several questions. The first question, what is the policy of Central Bank of Turkey to make
Modus operandi.
the policy of Central Bank of Turkey to make equal role between conventional bank and participation bank to develop Turkey's economy?
Do you get it, Prof? No.
To develop
the policy for what? The policy for
the
Central
policy
Bank to do
for
what?
Central Bank to make equal role of between
equal what? Law.
Equal.
All right. For between how the Central Bank handles both.
Yes. The